So we got to make sure that everything is fine because we don't want any hiccups today. I can't afford to have any issues with my audio today. No hiccups, because there are lots of things that I need to talk about on today's program. Gotta fix the suit. Yeah, these suits cost a lot of money. Yeah, they cost a lot of money. It will be about, let's say, just for the blazers, just for the top, would be around maybe $400 American dollars. Yeah, just for the top. Actually, that's what it's cost. That's the cost for it, $400 American dollars. That is. So you see why it's important? Because I have to consider the quality of my audience. I need to consider the quality of my audience so that I must always look conspicuous for you, the Guyanese people, those watching from around the world. Little Guyana in America there, according to somebody that says, the person said to me, "You're quite popular in the Little Guyana community in America." I said, "Really?" I said, "Yes. You're talked about a lot. So greetings to the folks there in Little Guyana. Is it Little Guyana? Yeah, Little Guyana in somewhere there, I think in New York. Greetings to you, and thank you for talking about me. Be it good or bad, any gossip is good for me. Continue to gossip. But while you gossip, share the live, share the Facebook, TikTok, make your comments. That's what I'm interested in. And don't forget, when you leave, not leave right now, as you're watching, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe, click subscribe. It's kind of complicated, but you people can figure that out. You're kind of smart. Click subscribe so that the channel grows and we have all Guyana that matters. All Guyana that matters, because not all Guyana matters. Seriously, not all Guyana matters. For the Guyana that matters, I want you to follow me. I'm here to serve you. I'm not serving the ones that don't matter. Let the PNC serve them. Let the Obia camp serve them. But I'm here to serve the good citizens of that country. Wherever in the world you are, I'm your humble servant, Dr. Prasad. And this is Uncensored Guyana. Now, to start the show today, I want to open by saying this. It seems like, first let me say this, to Sherrod Duncan, fuck you. In case you didn't get that, fuck you, Sherrod Duncan. You seem to be a happy, flamboyant, gay person. Yes, I said it. I said it. I'm going to repeat it so you understand that I mean what I said. Fuck you, Sherrod Duncan. You seem to be a happy, gay person. Good. Moving on. You would have heard some time ago that the father of the criminal mastermind, Azridin Muhammad, said some time back that him and his son are being fingered in illegal businesses that they have no idea about. They just happen to have been fortunate than the rest of Guyana. They're the single family in that country that God, no, Allah Himself favored, that nothing they did to get the wealth that they have amassed, nothing was done by crookish means. God, Allah favored them unconditionally, while the rest of Guyana were damned and doomed because they're special. So all the allegations that were made against the saint, Shell Muhammad, he's a saint, a Muslim saint, and his junior saint son, Azrini Muhammad, are all fabricated. And remember, he also said that there is a billionaire businessman whom he is aware of that smuggled gold and were in collusion with operatives of the government. And he further stated that he believed that they will try to assassinate his son, Junior Saint Azridin Muhammad, and that he, Shell Muhammad, will announce the name of the alleged businessman who should have been in the position that Shell finds himself in regarding the sanctions. The man who Allah favored the most of all is yet to reveal the businessman. He's yet to provide the evidence. But what instead they're doing, allegedly, you see why I have to keep using certain words is because Guyana have become a place where justice serves only when a verdict on a liable case is read in favor of the alleged victim. Then it makes sense. In other words, anything you say, they want to sue you. They are no longer concerned about solving real crimes and holding real criminals accountable for their crimes. Now the whole thing is, you can get a judgment in a lawsuit against somebody for saying some shit about you that in no way cost you any kind of physical harm or your business, but just that you are so fucking insecure and small, tiny, insy, bitsy, tiny, that anything anybody says hurts your ego. You run to the courts to sue them. And the Guyana courts allegedly has become like Travis Chase, paid for the right verdict. So you find that they're getting more judgment in liable cases than solving actual crimes. Now we run a business for a country. The judicial system is a business now. It only matters when there's a cutback. You sue someone for 50 million, Well, I can give the court 10 million, just get this judgment in my favor, allegedly. Now I can say allegedly, right? We are not there yet where I can't even say allegedly. We are not there yet. I'm not pointing a finger. I'm just saying that the judicial system of Guyana is fucked up. That's what I'm saying. You want justice? Sue somebody. There's your justice for you. Otherwise, to that, you're fucked. No justice. Criminals walk free. So back to Shell Muhammad. So Shell, your son is still alive. As a matter of fact, you will be the proud father of not just the youngest billionaire in Guyana's history, you will be the proud father of the youngest opposition leader in Guyana's history. The youngest. And he's a Muslim too. The first Muslim and the youngest Muslim opposition leader in the fucking history of Guyana. He's still alive. Nobody assassinated him as per your fears. You were afraid of that, Shell. Shell, you thought somebody would do your son harm because of, the government didn't want him to run. The PPP were afraid of him. Now he beat the PNC ass. Wouldn't it be normal or natural for your son and you to be afraid of those Negroes that he beat, that he embarrassed on the campaign track? I mean, that Indian boy run and leave all them niggas behind. I mean, look at the gap. The marathon was a bitch. That Indian boy with a fat belly beat all them Negroes, them fit niggas fit. I mean, aren't black people supposed to be more athletic? More athletic, but yet you have this fat belly Indian boy, Muslim, who wears a bunch of tight pants in his tight, skinny gay pants, beat your black asses, put you to shame. Now, Shell, wouldn't you be afraid of them niggas? Your son lived to put the PNC out of business. So nobody wanted to assassinate him, you stupid. Nobody wanted to assassinate him. You just do what everybody else who is guilty does. You put someone else to fight your battles, allegedly. Now, I must caption, allegedly. Everything I'm saying is allegedly. Now, you have this smooth talking GHK Lal, with his press conference. Well, I'm GHK Lal, and I want to address the issue with the gold smuggling. Let you understand that I have nothing to do with helping the Mohammeds with their gold smuggling. I could bet that GHK Lal is a seasoned smoker, as in he smokes a lot. I've never seen it, allegedly. He smokes a lot. Because when your lungs are fucked up, that's how you talk. When you have so much rice mill or the hack family rice mill dust in your fucking throat, you talk like GHK Lal. So I need to make this explicitly clear that I'm innocent. It's the PPP that wants me. They have something against me. They want to take me down because I know too much about what's happening. I know too much about the corruption. GHK Lal, you need to see a throat specialist. Let them drain your lungs from the fucked up dust from the hacked rice mill. You should have joined the protest by the police station. Are you Muslim? Oh no, the name Lal is Hindu. So you wouldn't be a Muslim, GHK Lal. But guess what? Like I've said before, pardon, I have to try to. I got some dust in my throat. But GHK Lal, the government of Guyana, is not the one who indicted your friend. So all the evidence that your friend may give is not towards the government of Guyana. So the government of Guyana may not be the one seeking your head. Because if the Mohammeds give evidence that you were a part of the conspiracy to smuggle and to corrupt and to confuse and all that, then it will be the Americans that are coming after you, sir. So you should have a press conference before the American press, not those idiots you call. Obviously, they're working for the PNC, so they would listen to your bullshit and spread it on their non-existent platform that only powerless, poverty-stricken Negroes watch. It wouldn't get anywhere. So guess how I stumbled upon your dumbass press conference, except for the voice, GHK Lal. I was doing some research for my subject, and I came upon, oh, he's trying his own case as a one-man judge, jury, investigator, and president to pardon himself. This might be interesting. Let me give it some time and some of my devotion, only to find out it's a bunch of bullshit. You might as well ask that loser Travis Chase to replay the stupid interview you did with him. At least that was a bit more dark. But what you have done today, it's a lot to be desired. Now let's get back to our regular programming. So, Mr. Lal, you're fighting a losing battle. I don't know if you pay attention, as in really pay attention to what I say, but the Mohammeds, they're not going anywhere. Don't fear. The most that can happen is that after he is sworn in, and the justice system would not touch him yet, they'll try the case in absentia. So while they will not get him physically, the case would be tried in the US courts. And all the other person, including yourself, can possibly be pursued. So while the one man, Azruddin Muhammad, is in the protection of the constitutional position as head idiot for the opposition, his father would be going. And the rest of the team, Team Muhammad, would be going. But he might get some extension. Now, the only thing that can be read into what this GHK Lal guy continues to do, keep trying to convince everybody that he's innocent. No, I'm still Dr. Love. I may get into the whole political stuff. I may say that I'm running for the office of the presidency 2030. I may say a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm still Dr. Love. So as Dr. Love, when you want to know if your wife is guilty of fucking up and you accuse her, she will deny it, obviously. But this is how you know she's guilty. She's going to call your mother to complain, your sister, and ask them to talk to you, your friend. She might even call you a job. That wouldn't be enough. She would invite her family over and she will cry on their shoulder. She will do all that noise she's going to make. Then she's going to play a set of gospel. She'll call the priest to have a Bible service in the house. She will start wearing clothes like the nun. She will change her diet, become a vegetarian. That's how the fuck you know she's guilty. Because when somebody is innocent and you ask them the question once, they answer you no and they're done with you. You can nag and prolong and you can do whatever fuck you want. They tell you no this day. You ask them again next 20 years, it's still no. They don't have time to convince you that their no really means no. No. That's when they're innocent. It's one time and they're done with you. You can call whoever you want. They will tell the person, I already answered him. You go ask him, and they're done with you. And if you keep pushing it, they'll tell you, hey, listen. This is the woman speaking to somebody else, to her husband. She will say, hey, listen. You asked me if I fuck your friend. I said no. That answer is not enough. Would you be happy if I say yes, I fucked him, because in your mind, you can see your friend fucking me? If that's what it takes, tell me that's what you want. Now, I have to see this friend. If the friend is attractive, better looking than you, and he's not a loser, I can very well go fuck him and film it. Then I'll send it to you. But when I send it to you, your bag would be outside with a copy of the video. You watch it and then you get the fuck out. That's what people do when they're pissed after answering the truth once and you keep prolonging it. GHK Lal, you're guilty. Now you get my point, sir? You are guilty. As in really fucking guilty. Shut the hell up. It's enough. President Irfan Ali is the president. Okay? He won. The PPP won. You obviously, and all the others, you have an axe to grind. You're working for the PNC, for the opposition. Accept it. And if you are alive close to 2030, you can come back on, if you're not in prison, you can come back on some interview if Chase is around, because the way it seems, he might be arrested soon. But find some PNC platform in 2029 or 2030 and bring the story back up. You know, but right now, take a break, find a church. You're not a Hindu. Find a church, convert to Islam. Convert to Islam. And repent. Okay? And hope that the feds don't come and get you. It's exhausting to have to deal with the Muhammad's people. You can't go to sleep without actually dreaming about these people. They're so fucking, every time they're there, it's like they're pest. I was going to say they're like the Chinese, but the Chinese are good. You know, they bring some value to your country, to your neighborhood. So I like the Chinese. I like the Chinese. It's the niggers I don't like. Niggers. I like Negroes. I like Negroes, black people. But them niggers, oh my gosh. Nah. Speaking of which, there was a case, a press release or a news item, where two men were caught in connection with the murder of a female who happened to be a bystander and sustained bullet wounds as a result of these animals relieving a motorist of his motorcycle happened on Sunday. She died. Cold-blooded murder. Now, what I want to spend on that is that according to the information, these two animals, these demons, I mean, the devil has more integrity. Satan got more integrity than these fuck-ups. They were arrested and jailed recently for similar crimes. Robbery on the arm, one of them 2019, 4 years. The other one 2022. Robbery under arms, meaning with guns. They commit the act. Both men faced prison time. And what you need to focus on here, one of the robbers got 4 years, 4 years in prison for robbery under arms from the Guyanese judicial system, only to get out and this time murdered someone. The other one got less time because 2022. We are now in 2025. Robbery under arms. For him to come out and join his buddy in what they did best, and this time they murdered somebody. I have said this continuously. They give bail to murderers. They give light to no sentence to robbers who commit heinous crimes against innocent, hard-working Guyanese people, terrorizing the country. What justifies that kind of jail sentence for those men? 4 years, 2 years, whatever. What justifies that? So while the fucking politicians are gallivanting themselves around the country talking about progress here and progress there, nobody pays attention to the judicial system, the Barnum judicial system. The same copy they had in the Jim Crow era in America, where the white men can do whatever and they get 0 to no consequences. Why? Because they needed those kinds of white men in the society to terrorize the blacks to keep them in place. So the system was always considerate when it comes to these people. They either never get convicted, they're out in the street again to do what they do. We have the same thing in Guyana. The justice system seemed to be designed to favor the worst amongst the ghetto lowlifes, the fucking worst. They're the ones who always get the nice end of the law. They can do whatever they want, kill whoever they want, rob whoever they want. And when they're caught by the police in a gentle way, they're brought before the judge or the courts, who looks at them and say, we need these people in society. Because if we lock them up, we wouldn't have anybody to terrorize the Indians, to terrorize the the good citizens. No, we need these niggas in society, so we can't give them long sentences. The most we could do is say, hey, go fuck up, but don't get caught, because if you come back, I can't favor you again. Isn't that how it seems? Look at all that has happened just for 2025 alone. Look at the crimes that are committed, the level of the crimes that are committed. We look at recently, as was it yesterday, when we had that Muslim Meji, is he a Meji or some religious person in Islam, who went into a man's place of employment. He did not know, or maybe he did, which I don't think it would be that. The young man they were conversing with, venting their frustration about the dust and dust and dust. I saw the video from the Guyana police's Facebook page. They have no idea if that guy is just an employee. He doesn't look like the owner. Just a simple employee. And they ganged up on him, brought toxic material, put it on his counter, and then begin to discharge it on the man's person. A Muslim, just like Ashwini Muhammad, a good Muslim who took that route. Imagine this is another one that represents Islam. We have the president who's a Muslim and has demonstrated the character of what a Muslim should be. And you have all these other Muslims, like this man and the Muhammads, who claim to be good Muslims. And look at the action of this so-called Muslims leading a team of protesters to the place of the premise, a private premise of a business, invaded the man's office and assaulted him while they were in the company of the Guyana police force, police officers. Where I'm getting to with this is back to my justice system point. If the Guyana police force made a real difference, or if this was not favoritism, law and order. In other words, do you think that man, that Muslim man, if it was the PNC government, could have walked into a place like that, being in the company of police officers, do you think he would have been so disrespectful to the uniform that despite the presence of law enforcement, who is there to keep the peace, go uninvited on a private premise and delivered such an abuse in the presence of the police? Do you think if it was the PNC government, he would have done that? No. Because every time these lunatics perform such unpatriotic, uncitizen-like actions, they're not doing it against the person that you think they're doing it against. It's all targeting the government, the PPP government. They're trying to get the attention of the people that they hate, which is the PPP government. They abuse the small man because they know they have cover from the police and the justice system. They wouldn't face any real consequences. Why? Because they have one thing in common. We hate the fucking government. That's the justice system, the police, and these criminals who break the law, including this Muslim, what's the title they give themselves? Cleric, or whatever, who abused on camera that man in his place of employment. First of all, that was trespassing. They were trespassing. All of them should be charged who were in that premise not to do business, but to conduct illegal activities. They should all be charged. There you have them in the police, in front of the police place protesting, and they're not charged. You only charge the one who actually committed the act, but they're all conspirators. All of them conspired to commit that act. That is Indian and on Indian violence. This hack, they are Muslims. The people who have the rice industry, they're Muslims. Muslims attacking Muslims. I mean, Indian Muslims attacking Indian Muslims. You wonder, where is the justice? Who do you deliver justice for? The rice industry in Guyana is already under attack. The government is already doing shitty work when it comes to supporting the rice industry. Those people are already suffering. The rice farmers, the millers, the rice industry in general is already under attack from the fucking government. If all of them decide to shut down and say, you know what, that's it, we're done, no more rice farming, what the hell you will eat? You will have to import fake rice from Asia, low quality rice from China. Is that what you want? You are attacking the people who are putting food on the table for you. I know of the hack rice mill since I'm conscious. They are around for a long time. They have made a valuable contribution towards Guyana. They've never been accused of not paying taxes. They employ people. They put food on the table. They pay their taxes. They contribute to public infrastructure. A lot of the people who might be living now in the area where that rice mill, maybe they were not there when that place was established. When that rice factory was established, maybe it wasn't a residential area. Maybe they were allocated that place because it was way inland and it was not populated. Years after, people chose to go and build houses around these places. As a consequence of living next to a sawmill or rice mill or whatever it is, you get these kinds of stuff. Even if you live by the roadside, if your houses are on the main road, the roadsides, or any street where vehicles are passing, you have to clean every day. The dust is incredible. Every day you have to wipe and clean, and you can't prevent dust. But this is the system with law and order in Guyana. In the presence of the police, they assaulted people because they have no fear of law and order in Guyana. The law enforcement, they have no fear. They're beating the police every day. The blacks are. The others are cussing the police every day. And now you have a Muslim brother physically assaulting someone in the presence of the police. Where is the respect for the uniform? Where is it? You know why it's not there? Yeah, this one I'll give to the government. This one I'll blame the government. You're right. I'll blame the government. Because the government is too, how must I put it? I'm looking for the right word. Too big daddy. You know, when you're a parent and you want to spoil your kids, no matter what they do, you're like, oh, just don't do it again. Don't do it again. Even though the scriptures say, spare not the rod and spoil the child. Beat their asses. In the same way, if the law was strict, and really hand down punishment when it is due. You think this shit would happen? I have to keep talking about Russia and China, and especially America, when it comes to law enforcement and how the police handle criminals and crime. I would always give them an applaud. People don't fuck with the police in those countries. They don't. Nobody does. Well, what's up with Guyana? Is it that the government is afraid to push these real penalties? They're going to lose votes? What are you trying to say? That most of the country is susceptible to corruption and crime? So if you are harsh on crime and you are for law and order, you're going to lose votes at election time because people want to be corrupt and criminalized all the time so they can't deal with a strict government? Is that what you are implying, government? Is that it? Have you ever done a census? Have you ever done a survey and asked the majority of Guyanese to vote on the kind of punishment relevant to certain crime? Have you ever done that? If you did that, you'll be surprised to know how many Guyanese will tell you and who would vote for, hey, if you catch them with guns committing robbery, jail them for life. I think all Guyana would want that. All Guyana would want the death penalty for people who kill people. All Guyana would want if somebody take a weapon and hurt somebody else, chop off their hand. All Guyana would want that. Do a survey. Talk to the people. You as government, I'm talking to you now. You assume that you know what people want. I mean, if you knew what people want, then drop the prices in the shops. Drop the prices for everything. That's what people want, if you think you know. But when it comes to security, here it is again. These two criminals, these murderers, who were arrested, convicted, and given those ridiculous sentences for those kind of crime, they came out to kill. And they killed innocent people. They're going to go face the same justice system that convicted them before with the light sentences. What they're going to do now? Add on 6 years to that? They'll get 10 years for murder now? The female Home Affairs Minister that we have, most of the times you hear people say, well, give her a chance. Yes. That's the chance she got. She's minister. And if we have to give her a chance to deliver as minister, she's getting it. She's minister, right? The most important chance she got is that she was made a minister for the Ministry of Home Affairs. The first female. No bigger chance than that. Now she has to deliver. And delivering only takes one order. She could do that the same day she's sworn in, and she signed that deed. She received that mantle. You're not authorized. From that day, she can pick up the fucking phone, call the commissioner of police and say, listen to me. All the people who commit robbery under arms, I need them to be dealt with harshly. She can also call the Attorney General and say, I want the prosecution, the government prosecution side, to seek for all, she's not ordering them, she's now saying exactly what she would like to see as a minister that's responsible for peace. I want all the prosecutors, government prosecutors, to seek the death penalty for people who are arrested and charged for murder. especially in the process of committing robbery. There's a lot she can do on day one. So when you say gave her a chance, for what? Get to know the fucking criminals to see who deserves it and who don't? You are supposed to keep the peace. So many have died. So many things have happened. And the justice system continued to be held at ransom by the PNC. Look at what they control. They control the police. They control all government agencies and ministries. Oh yeah, the PNC controls it. You think it's the PPP? The PPP controls the ministers. The ministers are the PPP. But the PNC controls the workforce. The people that the minister has to order, has to depend on to execute their duties, their plans. The PNC owns them. The police, the judges, the PNC owns them. So you wouldn't get shit done. Anything that would make the government look bad, these agencies and these courts are going to side with the side that is going to make the government look bad. You can take that to the bank. That is what we need to stop. The fact that we have President Ali, my dear president, as a citizen of the country, it is my constitutional right to support the good of the president, the sitting president. While I said before, I would respect a PNC candidate who's president, but I wouldn't like the person. I respect the person. But a PPP presidential candidate and subsequent president, I would support because I like the president, because he's PPP. He's from the PPP camp. I like the president. So I would join certain talking points, because when some things are said against the president, I take offense in that. I take offense in it. So yes, as a citizen, I would speak to the character of the sitting president because of the office of the president, not the person. So, Mr. President, I ask you not to convene the parliament, and I mean that. Besides Azruddin Mohammed, here we have another lunatic, Shara Duncan, fuck you. You are like the happiest gay person online, Shara Duncan. Mr. President, this man would soon be, if you convene the parliament, a member of parliament. I don't know who he would be representing, but pre-swearing in, I'm sure you saw the post from his page about this breaking news involving prison break, escapees getaway, inciting fear and terrorism in people. All fake, all made up, all with the objective to either bring attention to himself or to further destabilize the future of Guyana. And look where he targeted. That racist bastard. Look, the county that he targeted. Berbice. Berbice is what? Pro-Indian, pro-PPP. So when you say things like that, the citizens of Berbice, who are mostly Indo-Guyanese, mostly peaceful rice farmers, hardworking agriculture, people who are trying their best to do their thing for their country, protect their families, live within the law. When you spread such a rumor, when you start such a rumor, your intention is to cause fear, hatred, destabilization, uneasiness amongst the decent citizens in that county. And this is a future member of parliament that will be in the National Assembly if the president decides to convene the parliament. If you had a justice system that works, that is not controlled by people like Sherrod Duncan's party, the PNC, that's a cyber crime. What he posts there is a cyber crime. You are sending people to jail for less cyber crime. And something of that nature from such a person, he's not arrested. Sherrod Duncan is not arrested. He is not denied bail and sent to prison. Why not? Inciting fear, spreading that level of fake news. Why is Sherrod Duncan not arrested and behind bars? Why not? President Ali, Anil Nandalal, Attorney General. Why not? Are you afraid of them Negroes? They might come out and protest. That's it. Berbice is largely your constituents, PPP constituents. Is that how you serve them? They already have an issue with the agriculture sector. They already have to deal with crime, their safety. There's so much robbery there in the county. There's so much crime in the county. And you still, coupled with the fact that this man is spreading such fake news to incite fear in the people of Berbice, just because he's a racist bastard? Why is he not disqualified from being a member of parliament? Why not? Where is the justice for those people? This is how you serve them? By showing fear for the PNC and the blacks? I don't give a fuck which PPP people is offended. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying President Irfan Ali, Vice President Jagdeo, and the PPP are afraid of the PNC and the criminals of the PNC. That's what I'm saying. You are offended as a PPP, then you can go fuck yourself. I am saying they're afraid. Because if it was Granger or Norton and a PPP member of parliament posted such a post about some event happening in a pro or predominantly PNC-based region, those police would be on his case before you say A. He will be arrested and jailed. And since they control the justice system, the courts, they'll make sure that he rot in prison. How do I know that? How many former ministers, government functionaries under the PNC or APNU were arrested, charged with whatever crime in the past 5 years of the Ali government? How many? And all the things they did. They incited violence. They pushed propaganda. They pushed fake news. Remember the Adriana case? But besides that, all of the corrupt PNC people in the Granger government How many of them were charged and faced any jail time or anything whatsoever in the Ali government? How many? Enlighten me. But don't forget, Roger Luncheon, President Irfan Ali, Vice President Jaglio, and many PPP former ministers and operatives were arrested under the Granger government. Many of them. So don't tell me it's the same. The Granger government and the PNC, they are not afraid of the PPP or Indo-Guyanese. They are not afraid. The only one that seems to be afraid is the PPP and the PPP government against these fucking niggas. They're afraid. So they could do whatever they want and they face no real consequences. For example, Azradin is not arrested. The blacks went and protected him when the GRA went for their stuff. And the government, whatever, we don't want, you keep being peaceful. PPP government, keep following that road. Keep the peace talks, you know? Yes, open malls, open the hospitals, build roads, show all the, yeah, keep doing that. Keep focusing on that. And take your attention away from the fact that the people have real issues. One is safety, no justice when it comes to the crimes they face at the hands of these criminals. You ignore that because you don't want to offend the PNC or offend the blacks. You ignore it. I said it before, 2030 is just there. It's just around the corner. You're going to surface 2028 and start talking about, oh, we'll do this for crime, we'll do this for crime, and the people suffered 4 years by the hands of criminals. These men, that man who killed this woman with the bullet, robbers, they would have faced the justice system during the Irfan Ali first administration. And that's the kind of penalty they got. No reform happened during that time, as you can see. How many of them continue to get bail? But they're going to send people to jail, no bail, if they're caught with drugs. No guns, drugs. If they're caught with guns, they just take the guns away and send them away. If they're accused of sleeping with a 15-year-old, if an Indian man, Indo-Guyanese man, is accused, even though it's consensual, of having sex, consensual sex with a female of age, means she's menstruating, she's a fucking woman. Oh, you arrest him and send him to jail because she didn't reach the legal, man-made illusion of what a woman or adult is. She didn't reach that age. So therefore, he got to go to jail. But the same 15-year-old can fuck another 15-year-old boy or man. Oh, it's good. Oh, that's fine. Oh, it's okay. But if she does it with a man who is, according to the law, over the age of 18, it's, what was it? Pedophile or some, what's the name they call it? Yeah, that's how the justice system in Guyana works. You jail people for doing what's natural. But the unnatural stuff like robbing and killing, oh, you give them bail. That's the justice there for you. I can tell you one thing. I'm start saying it now. So if you ever elect me as president, I'm saying it now. If ever you elect me as president, I'm beginning to say it now. Now, this is the internet. All them countries can see, they can quote me. All them organization and this and that. You see what's happening in America now? No King's protest. They want to bring down Trump. Who do you think organized that? Who do you think organized the protest in America now? Who do you think? The Democrats. Who are the Democrats? Black people. Okay. No, I'm saying it. As president, I am getting rid of all them dumbass legislation about if you have sex with some teenager. No, you see, my legislation is about consent. Consent. I'll follow the book, not the man-made book, the religious books. I'll follow the religious books, which says a female is ready for intercourse, means she can get pregnant from the time she begins her menses. What is her menses? Her period. Then that female is a woman. Then she has made the fact that she has a womb. Woman. She's ready now to carry the seed of a man from period. If I'm president, I'm getting rid of all them shits. All them men who would have been in prison stupidly because they had sex with a female who may not be according to the man-made feminist description of whatever. I'll pardon them. I'll set them free. If it's consensual with a female that is menstruating, it's legal. If you force sex on anyone, if it's forced, is not consensual, yes, you face the penalties for that. But if you engage in sex with a female who wants it, who in the absence of a dick, she's going to take a fucking remote or a fruit, was it a cucumber or planting, whatever she can find. She can take her comb, girly comb, and fuck herself with it. What are you going to do? Charge the comb? You idiots. If you catch your daughter, your 13-year-old daughter, with a remote, her legs open and she's fucking herself with the remote, what are you going to do? Call the cops on the remote? Is that what you'll do? You're going to report the remote? Why do you think she's doing it? Because she's human. She has feelings. The same way the feeling she has when she's hungry, she wants food. She wants to go to the toilet because she feels she needs to go to the toilet. She smells the KFC. Oh my gosh, I lost the KFC. That's the same thing happens when she's around her menses or she's ovulating. She gets all these fantasies. Her boobs get sensitive. Her clitoris gets hard and sensitive. And she feels she wants to touch herself. And in the process of touching herself, her vagina decides to like, hey, something needs to go here. Common sense logic. So yes, I'll get rid of all that shit. People should live. Live. The next thing I'll do, and you can bet your dollar on that, I am implementing the strictest possible punishment I can think of for people who commit robbery under arms. There are two options for them. The state will kill them, or the state will cut off their hands. Those two options. My government will implement. And in case you're wondering, my third plan will be this. I'm going to take your tax dollars, I'm going to take loans. I'll take the tax dollars that you're paying to the state, and all them land that is livable around the country, that we have a whole set of jungle and bushes, I will take your tax dollar and I would clean all the land, wherever it is, and make housing plots and give it to the citizens for free. You already paid with your taxes. You have to find a way to build your houses now. I'm going to give you the land for free. If you can't build a house, then you have to ask the government to help you. And of course, the government will help. But you will get the land for free. Every part of the country, you are a business, an investor, you want to put on a factory, whatever you want to do, you get the land for free. You pay your taxes, but you get the land for free. So before I go, some of the idiots would tell me, so how is the government supposed to make money? Okay, 83,000 square miles right now, less than 1% is developed and is cultivated for whatever use. The 82,000 square miles, who's making money from it? Is the government making money? No. So shut the hell up. If I convert 10,000 square miles of livable land where the coast is, inland, wherever it is, and give it to the people, tell me how the government is going to lose money. Tell me how. People would have more disposable income to put back into the economy, right? They don't have to, the money they will take to buy the land, they can build a house with that. Then the money they have to build a house, they can take that now and spend it back into the economy. That's where you circulate the money, right? It's that simple. Nothing is complicated. Politicians make it complicated. It's not complicated. Guyana has land, and every citizen should have it for free. For free. Enough land so you can build a house there and say, your son, hey, we have enough here, you can build there too, and your daughter, here, you can build here too. Not a matchbox size land that you can't do shit with. If I'm your president, you can fuck for free. I'll kill the criminals, and you have enough land that you can build whatever shit you want to build in it. Yeah, I'm starting my campaign now. You never know, because you go to sleep tonight, and tomorrow it's Christmas. Then the next year it's the end of the year. This is Dr. Prasad saying, have a good one. I'll see you again on the next live. And for all the persons, I wanted to tell you about your support, but one of the things you should know about me is that I don't like to beat around the bush. I'll tell you like it is, but a lot of you are not, you're not making your donations. You're not sending your support. Really, you're not. How am I supposed to wear these nice suits for you and these watches and stuff? You know I'm losing a lot of money, right? You know that, right? The fact that I'm this way, nobody does business with me. I get no sponsors. My personal business side, nobody does say, hey, you too fucking controversial. You hate black people. You this, you that, you. And now they're saying that I hate the PPP. Yeah, they're saying it now. I'm being accused of being a anti-Ali, as if I was a pro-Ali before. As if I was an Ali disciple. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. They can't respect the fact that I did what I had to do to make sure the PPP got into office. I did what I had to do to make sure the PPP got into office again, and massively. Now that time is over. Now I have to deal with the real issues. They can't separate that. They want me to continue to slime all the way through to the next election. Fuck it, I won't do that. The fact that they weren't nice to me in any nice compensation, I wouldn't do it. Now I serve you, the people. You, the people I serve. So don't expect me to keep sliming to. No, no, no. None of that stuff. Absolutely not. Okay. Bye now.